Hi, welcome back to Willie's Web. You just missed an exciting segment of my show called Willie's Moment, where I flew in this special guest from Virginia who talked about finances. So we're going to have him come back. Thank you for coming. That was wonderful.
Thank you for the invite.
I think young kids need to know this information. They really do. When I was young, no one said that to me about saving. I thought I had $300 in the bank and I had a lot of money.
Right.
But $300 don't get it these days.
Doesn't
so
get it. $3,000 doesn't get it.
$300,000 don't get it.
You got work to do.
We got work to do. So thank you for that. My next guest, she's originally from Omaha, but settled in Brockton, where she has matured her lifelong passion for writing. She has her master's degree in education, I get that right, to be a teacher. She also runs a writing group right there in Brockton. So she's kind of famous in Brockton. She's well known. But anyway, her name is Colleen Roberts. Thank you for coming to my show.
Thank you for having me.
I know you were on
it's been a few years.
It's been 4, because this is my 5th season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came on the first season with a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and I got another book.
So talk about your book. Tell them what's going on with you.
You mean this particular book?
Yeah.
Well, The Perfect Daughter is my latest book. I have 2 other books before that of short stories. Mm-hmm. But this is the first book that is one story undercover. The others have been a compilation of stories. Mm-hmm. And The Perfect Daughter is based on my niece. Mm-hmm. My niece, who's 24 years old now, she is autistic. Mm-hmm. And my sister, it's based on my sister and my niece, Susie, and the struggles that they went through. In one particular time of Susie's life, she had ADHD. Mm-hmm. And she is also still autistic. Mm-hmm. So the ADHD was interfering with her learning. Mm-hmm. And they tried medication, they tried many things. And with medication, Susie just got worse. Mm-hmm. And Sherry found this treatment called neurofeedback. And Susie's turnaround was so amazing. Like, she ended up graduating almost at the top of her high school class. Mm-hmm. And this with being autistic. She is just an amazing girl. And I wanted to tell this story. Mm-hmm. And but it took me many years, because Susie's 24. All of this happened.
The one in the book?
Yeah, the one in the book is only 4 years old. Oh. But her ADHD started showing up when she started school, when she was 4 or 5 years old. Wow. So this is based on that, but is not a true account. Mm-hmm. By that I mean I've taken some things from Susie's life, a little bit here and there, because it was easier for me to fictionalize it than it was to try. I was going to try to tell it, straight just as it was. And I was just getting so frustrated. My sister said, "Why don't you just fictionalize it?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I do. I write fiction." So I'll fictionalize it, and I made up families. I mean, everything else is made up.
Yeah.
So,
but the real disease is what she really
ADHD.
had.
She really had that,
right.
And a lot of those things she actually went through.
And
my sister was a single parent,
right,
doing all of this by herself, trying to advocate for Susie's needs.
Right. It's amazing. It's amazing that this book and the conversation that's happening is that and I know another lady here is having her show is based on that medicine that they want to give the kids. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing that I was talking to my sister the same thing. She was saying that happened to her with her son, and they just and they tell you you're an unfit mother. When I was reading the book, I'm thinking, that really does happen more often than none, that try to, label these kids unnecessarily. And once those kids are labeled, it's unfortunately for them.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And my sister went through, but fortunately my sister was very much Susie's advocate. And I think that's what parents have to be for their kids, whether they have special needs or not. They have to be advocates and look out for their children's education. And Sherry, and there is a portion in there where she fights to get it part of Susie's IEP, so it will be paid for, the treatment. And eventually that did happen. They put it on her IEP. But she had to advocate, otherwise it wouldn't have been done. So that's a very important thing, that parents understand what's out there. Parents have so much power, and they don't realize how much power they had if their children have special needs. They, if something is working, they can get it put on the child's IEP. But a lot of times, unfortunately, they have to fight for it. And which to me doesn't seem right. If the child needs it, why does the parent have to fight so hard to get it?
And it's against teachers who really, I feel sometimes the teachers just don't want to do their job. I shouldn't say that. Don't want to do their job. They want quiet, controllable kids. And kids' makeup is just not that way all the time.
Yeah, and a lot of kids, I work in an alternative school, and it's all special ed, emotionally impaired students. And a lot of those students have ADHD as well. And their attention is like here, there, unless they're on medication, then it kind of calms down. But when that medication wears off, they're all over the place. And it is difficult to control a child ADHD, but it's not impossible. They need treatment, whether it's medication. Medication works for some kids, but like for my niece, it didn't work for her. She got worse, and she started having hallucinations, and Sherry, the Adderall, all of those things they tried, and it got to the point she didn't know what to do.
Wow.
And just like as in the book, the mother in the book, she says, what am I going to do?
Right.
And I don't know if anyone's ever heard of neurofeedback.
My sister has. Neurofeedback.
And she had her son?
Yeah, she had her nephew.
That worked a miracle for Susie, where before she was jumping all over the place. Now she can sit down and read a book for an hour.
Oh, wow.
And her attention's not all over. So Susie's mind, what neurofeedback does is it retrains the brain to focus. Because with ADHD, the brain's not focusing. And if she can't get enough stimulation, or the ADHD child can't get enough stimulation, they're going to touch things, they're going to walk all over the building.
Right.
And I have all that in the book. So that's something that I bring out in a little more detail.
So what's going on? What would you like the audience to know about you? And
well, I'd like them to know that writing is my passion, so I will continue to write until they put me in a coffin. And I'm working on another book, a fifth book, actually 2 more books.
Wow.
The 5th book is called Sister, and well, I won't give it away too much because I'm still revising, but it's a story about family relationships and the forgiveness needed. And I love writing about family being healed, relationships being healed, and that's the same thing that happens in The Perfect Daughter. And I do the same thing in Sister. I'm also writing a family memoir. My husband has multiple sclerosis, and we went through a lot when he was first diagnosed, and now he's much better. He was actually healed. And I wanted to write about that. So I'm starting that, and I've just got ideas for other stories, and I'm just going to continue to write. And I try a little bit of blogging, but that's not always my forte. But I am going to get more into blogging as time goes on. And I know what else. And like I said,
your class. Talk about
Nice question.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
You're a teacher, and so you see children with ADHD.
Yes.
It sounds like you're saying maybe there's an overdiagnosis of ADHD, because it sounds like your sister's child was severe.
I'm not an expert that I can say it's overdiagnosed.
Okay.
Maybe the medication, is so readily given out and other alternatives. Believe it or not, neurofeedback is still an alternative. As much as because the results are anecdotal, only stories, they say, well, there's no scientific proof, but there's proof in these children, and it's permanent. Susie, by the time she got in high school, she was blossoming. She was learning. She's 24. She's still blossoming, and the effect is permanent, because once that brain is retrained to do something different, it will keep doing something different.
Okay.
But because there's no scientific
data,
so-called,
but because they don't want any scientific data.
Yeah.
Because that means the medicine will eventually go away.
yeah, and the
Can't have
pharmaceutical
that.
companies can't have that.
Can't have that.
and
So what's going on? We got one more minute. What's going on with your writing group? Is anything you
Yes,
want?
I do have a writing group. We're meeting actually for the last time for the year when we take a break in the summer. But we meet once a month, every fourth Saturday for an hour. Actually, it's just a couple of us, myself and two other writers. We critique, we discuss ideas, and we just really support each other in our craft. And something that I'm thinking about doing is sponsoring a writing contest in Brockton.
Right.
But that's something I need to discuss with the writers group. So that's coming. That's a stay tuned
Stay
thing.
tuned.
So the other books as well. It won't be long. I'm doing using Amazon to publish my next book.
That next one, you're going to do Create Space.
The Create Space. And
Yeah.
I said, this looks good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
I hope you'll be able to have her come do that workshop for you guys in Brockton for Create Space.
Yeah, that would be nice. That
Yeah.
would be nice. I know there are many talented writers in Brockton,
Yeah.
but just pulling them out, getting them to come out is a lot. It's difficult, because
Yeah.
I've had this group since 2009.
Right.
So I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And if anyone from Brockton's watching, please come to our writers group. We will help you. We will support you.
Right. Anything else you'd like to say? Are you appearing anywhere? You doing some reading somewhere?
Well, actually, I'm not appearing anywhere yet, except here, of course. But I've started with a life coach, and we're working on some things. So there are some upcoming events that aren't in full works, but will be. A website, a bunch of things.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, get Colleen's book. It's called A Perfect Daughter. Is this your third?
Yes.
This is your third, but
Well,
this is a
actually,
novel, right?
No, it's my fourth book.
Get out!
Yep, it's my fourth book. They'll find it on Amazon.com. Look under.
You have a website?
No,
No,
I don't have
okay.
a website, not yet.
She's on Facebook.
But I am on
Facebook.
Facebook. I am on Facebook. Look under Colleen L. Roberts, because when you go on, there's a lot of books with similar titles to mine. I just want to make sure they'll find the correct book.
Definitely pick up that book. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. I read it. I enjoyed it.
It's a fast read.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yes, it is.
I'll let
Even
you
my
read.
husband read it, and he's not a reader, and he read the whole thing.
But you and I probably, I read a lot of your books. But it's the type of read which is a quick read, easy read, to encourage reading. Because without reading, we just kind of lost. We need to do that.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's great.
We're going to a PSA. Thank you for coming on my
Thank
show.
you for having me. Thank you. And
Congratulations.
thank
on
you.
the
Nice
book.
to meet
We're
you.
going
I
to
love
a
that.
PSA,